مجمع الأندلس التعليمي، تعلم عصري ملهم بهوية وطنية وقيم إسلامية.
السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. Ahmed Abu Laila with you, grade 11, unit 3B, writing a story. Today we will talk about story elements. In unit 2, experience the world, writing, students book page 48 and 49. Our objectives today that at the end of the period, students should be able to identify the structure of a narrative, recognize the language features used in a narrative, use some linking words correctly. Students book page 48 and 49, writing exercise A, B, C, D, and E. Exercise A, students book page 48. We will ask a question. Would you be interested in going on a safari? Why? Why not? When on a safari, what dangers might you encounter? These are suggested answers. The answer of the first question, yes, I would. I have always been interested in wild animals such as lions and elephants, and would enjoy seeing them from up close in their natural habitat. The second answer for the second question, the fact that you are in the wild means that there is danger around every corner. I don't think that you can predict how a wild animal will behave. So I believe that if you don't take the necessary precautions, you may very easily be attacked by one. Watch the following video about the elements of short stories. Read the story in exercise B and then answer the questions.
There are 5 parts to every story. First, there are characters, the subjects, people, animals, etc. that the author writes about. The characters participate in events that move the plot forward. Second, there's plot. Plot is all of the events of a story. Characters and setting are introduced in the exposition, conflicts or problems occur during the rising action, and the biggest moment of the story is called the climax. The end is the resolution. The third part of a story is setting, which refers to when and where a story takes place. This includes anything from a house or a store to the moon or a rocket ship in outer space. Fourth, there's conflict, which is the problem the character faces. Conflict may be between 2 characters, between a main character and nature, or between the main character and himself. The theme of the story is the lesson, message, or moral that the author is trying to communicate through the plot and characters. Common themes include you can't buy happiness, the early bird gets the worm, and all you need is love. So, to recap, there are 5 parts of a story: character, plot, setting, conflict, and theme.
Exercise B, students book page 48. Read the story and answer the questions that follow. Who is the main character, protagonist of the story, the hero of the story? How does the narrator engage the reader's attention from the very beginning? Try to read and then answer the question. The first question answer is the narrator himself. The second answer is the narrator grabs the reader's attention by introducing the idea of an unforgettable experience from the onset. In doing so, he arouses the reader's curiosity and makes him or her interested in finding out about the narrator's experience and why it is so memorable to him. Exercise C, Part 1. Students book page 48. Read the story again and do the activities that follow. Number 1. Each of the following statements corresponds to one of the paragraphs in the story. Write the number from 1 to 5 in the boxes provided. In this paragraph, the writer, number A, describe the main event. This in number 3, paragraph 3. B tells us where the story took place. This in paragraph 1. C explains the outcome of the main event. Paragraph 4. D presents the people accompanying him. 1. E tells us what he learned from this experience. 5. F describes what took place before the main event. 2. G describes how he felt when the incident occurred. 3. H says how he felt when a solution to his problem presented itself. These 4. Exercise C, Part 2, Students Book, page 48. Read the story again and do the activities that follow. The stage of plot development in the table below correspond to paragraphs 1 to 5 in the story. Complete the table with the function of each stage. Shows the lesson that was learned and how the character has changed as a result. Describes the most intense moment of the story, shows how the problem is resolved, provides extra detail and introduces the problem, introduces the protagonist, creates the setting, time and place, and establishes the context of the story. Number one, introduction is in sentences E. Rising action, D. Climax, B. Falling action, C. Conclusion, A. Exercise C Part 3, Students Book, page 48. Find examples of the following features in the story: direct speech, questions, exclamations, and powerful language. Why does the writer use these features? 1. Direct speech. You will see the same color in the text. Number 2, questions. Number 3, exclamation and powerful language. Number 4, powerful languages. The writer uses these features to make the story interesting, add variety, engage the reader's interest, and provide insight into the protagonist's feelings. Now, exercise D, Students Book, page 48. Complete the rules about the use of time linkers with the highlighted words in the story. Number 1, use after, until, when, before, till, as soon as, and by the time, to link the two past actions, one of which happened earlier than the other. Number 2, use as and while with the past progressive to link two past actions which were happening at the same time or to introduce the longer of the two actions. Number 3, use time was phrases such as yesterday, last night, last month, last year, 2 years ago, then, just then, after that, the day after, at the time, etc. to indicate when something happened. Exercise E, Students Book, page 49. Read the story and circle the correct words and phrases. Yes, it was a delightful sunny day. We will choose from these two words, next or last. Right, last. Last Saturday. So Tom decided to go for a walk in the woods. He usually went for walks alone, and he had never had any problems. However, he had no idea how different it would be this time. He had been in the woods for a few hours when he realized that he was lost. It was the first time something like this had happened to him, because he had always been very careful. As he was walking back and forth, trying to find the path out of the woods, he heard a strange sound, like somebody was behind him. As soon as he turned around, he saw that it was a wolf. He nearly jumped out of his skin. It was normal for him to come across wild animals while he was walking in that area. However, he had never encountered a dangerous one until that moment. By the time he figured out what to do, the wolf had started coming towards him. Although he wanted to run, he stayed still because he remembered that in order to escape from a wolf, he had to stand facing it and slowly back away. Luckily, it worked. As Tom was walking backwards, the wolf turned around and left. He felt relieved and began running in the opposite direction. Just then, he heard some voices. Fortunately, it was two hikers who helped Tom find his way out of the woods. Thank you very much and goodbye.
مجمع الأندلس التعليمي، تعلم عصري ملهم بهوية وطنية وقيم إسلامية.